basketball news and updates coming at you for the first time. Basketball news and highlights. So on this channel here, we keeping it real. My brother here, he got a favorite player or two, favorite team. Me, I really ain't got no favorite player and no favorite team. I kind of just, I just like people that play the game both ways, offense, defense, and people that have a full repertoire.
I respect the same thing, but when you born in the city, you gotta ride with Chicago.
Yeah, I like Chicago because I do like DeRozan game. I think that DeRozan is, I think he one of the most talented players in the league. I don't know if he got that little it, so we might as well talk about the Bulls. But
Well, what this video is, we're gonna go through every NBA team and just give our opinion on whether. Now, first and foremost, we ain't no basketball aficionados and none of that.
Yeah, you ain't no basketball fan.
Big fan. I know I ain't. I'm just a big fan, and I know what's good basketball and what's the filler. A lot of mess that be going on these days. So we gonna call a lot of stuff out and just call it the way we see it.
But now that's the whole point though. Is there's principles in basketball that we grew up with. And now people have abandoned these principles, and these principles stand because maybe that's what we should talk about the first video. When I was a kid, they never picked me in PE. Never got picked because I couldn't finish a layup. Then I was a fan of Ben Wallace, and so at 7th, 8th grade, I learned you got to go out there and smell somebody's breath, man. You got to be
show some initiative.
So I learned, and I remember I said, okay, next time I do get in the game, hopefully somebody absent from today, and I get in, and whoever I'm sticking, I'm taking them out. And I did it. I took them out the game. And I remember the next game, man, Keywan. He said, look, let me get West. He got D.
Keywan.
I remember that.
Wow, I ain't thought about that, boy.
Yeah, man, I remember that because I remember when he said it that day. He said, man, let me get West because he got D. And after that, man,
no homo.
I always got in the game because, I played D. And then I got the chance to learn how to get a little offensive game. Because I was getting some opportunities now. So, but
so you say that.
I say that to say that even as kids, we knew you had to play, especially, it wasn't no excuse. Now, if you can't get a shot to go in, that's fine. But you had to play defense. It was no excuse for that. Ever. We never accepted that somebody was going to come on the court and not play defense.
I don't know if that's just an up north thing, but in Chicago, hey, man, it's about defense for real.
Yeah, you had to.
All the way around. If you can't hit a layup, you can't hit you know what I'm saying? Nigga, you'll get put on the team just to play defense. Mm-hmm. I did that a lot. I do it, So we're going to get into these teams. How you said we're going to... What?
But we saying that to say that's where our opinions come from, is that these guys now is getting away from the principles of basketball. Mm-hmm. And the principle of basketball is you got to play both sides.
Yeah.
Now, everybody not stick to you like glue lockdown. Okay, fine. But some of this stuff people doing, man, just watching people run by them, no, man, it's unacceptable, especially in the tough games, man. Mm-hmm. And then to see that guy, man, one of the white Doug Godley said that Kobe Bryant was a 20 to 25 player, ranking or whatever. That's ridiculous. When Kobe was legit, if somebody say Kobe Bryant was a 12-time all-defensive player. Tim Duncan, a 15-time all-defensive player.
Yeah, too much of the game these days is just based on the offense.
Just offense.
The scoring end. It's people, certain people like Curry that made scoring so popular and made it, so exhilarating that all you think about is the next dunk or the next 3-point shot, And then the generation, it's actually generations that watch Curry play basketball that's in the league now.
Mm-hmm.
So they just, imitating what they seen. And Curry didn't play defense or doesn't play defense, to that level, to the extent that we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
So the people that's watching him, that's playing now, don't play defense to that extent.
That's it. And in the way we grew up, you started off close to the rim. If somebody came in the game shooting jump shots, they better hit every single one. Because I hated to be on a team with somebody starting off shooting. Now, if they hitting them, fine. But, man, now, it's like, man, get to the rim. Get to the rim. It was just the way it went. We just knew better.
That's the old school way of thinking of.
Now, how did we as kids know this stuff, man? As kids, we knew. See, these is principles, and today, for people to say, "Oh, you can't thinking you can outscore your way to a championship," it ain't been done. Who done it?
It's just like anything in life. It's like when you walking, you don't start out walking. Walking. You don't start out running. You don't start out sprinting or jumping. You start out crawling. And that's the way you got it every single game of basketball. You starting over. So you don't come out the gate shooting from half court. You come out, you find your rhythm. You find your rhythm close to the rim. That's why when you doing, when you practicing, you doing layup drills and layup lines and all this stuff, you getting in your rhythm. You don't come out the gate on all cylinders firing. That's completely backwards.
Yeah. Then that's what had they come out firing. Then by the fourth,
dried out.
By the fourth, they came by a bucket.
And I don't know the numbers, but if you look at the NBA, I think it's the last 5 years, the NBA as a collective, as a whole, has shot more threes every single year. Like they breaking the record for most threes attempted every single season. Yeah. They are shooting like they in a war. It's just shot after shot after shot, non-stop.
Daddy made a good point, man. He made something when he said he said when teams come out, they, like if you playing the Sacramento Kings, we just gonna run them out. We just gonna fire, first 3 quarters. Yeah. By the fourth quarter, cool. But see, when you in them tough games, that junk ain't gonna fly. If you playing one of them real contenders that got a big man and got some mid-range players, in a 7-game series, you playing Miami, you're not just going to score Miami out in 3 quarters and sit your starters for the fourth. You're going to have to pace yourself and be ready when they get down to the wire. Because a tough team, their defense getting better and better because they making adjustments. Oh. Now, with the Bulls, I was looking at them play the Sixers. What was the adjustment they made to stop Embiid?
You gotta have the tools to make the adjustment. And if all you got is Tristan Thompson, I respect him. I'm glad that we got another person that could be a body, but I consider him washed up and probably on the veterans minimum, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't expect him to do it. Vucevic, I don't know.
But Cody, that's the thing. Where did Billy Donovan say, all right, y'all, it's time to double team Embiid. It's time to triple Embiid. Let's let Harden or what's the guy who been playing good recently? With the weird.
I know you're talking about that boy with the V name.
Yeah, kind of weird name. Not crazy weird, but yeah.
Vincent. Is it Vince? Nah, he on the Heat. Spruce? Nah.
Yeah, whatever the guy name is, he like a shooting guard or something.
I know who you're talking about. He be lighting them up.
Yeah, recently since Harden got there, he been playing real good.
I got it right here.
Maxey.
Oh, Maxey?
Yeah, Maxey. I'm like, bro, let Maxey, that's
Maxey was hot before Harden got there.
Well, he been getting more attention, I should say, since Harden got there. But that's the thing, man. Like, I'm not finna let Embiid just have his way like he used to be. Hey, look, if you got to put 2 guys on him, then you got to put 2 guys on him. And you just But it's these principles, man, that people not following no more. Yeah. Just like how back in the day, what the old guy said, man, somebody jump you. What's the rule if somebody jump you? The thing everybody always say. If somebody jump you, if you get jumped, what you supposed to do? Take one with you.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing. Now, everybody know that junk ain't real. But anytime you ask an OG, yeah, oh, I get jumped, I'm going to take one, two of them with me. He basically just mean, and I've actually seen videos where somebody get jumped and they just beat up one person. Just everybody else be tear. But so it's these certain rules in a fight. In a basketball game is a fight. There's certain rules where you supposed to say, Embiid, you're not getting 40 and 40 plus tonight. It just ain't happening. Now, if somebody else get it, fine. But you not getting it. And if I got to put 3 people on you, I'll put 3 of them on you.
I don't know. I think a lot of that comes from just the intensity of the NBA as a whole that went down.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I can't speak for what the coaches be thinking, but I don't know. It just seems like the coaches don't have that aggressive mindset to, do something like that. To do the, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't put nobody on their back the way the bad boy Pistons them did. You can't put Embiid on his back because he'll be at the free throw line all day.
Yeah. And I don't think you necessarily just got to clobber him. But, like, when we was teenagers or whatever, early 20s, we knew on a big game, you would see somebody come out and foul somebody. Sometime the first possession, they would come out and foul just to let you know, you know, we finna play. You don't see that no more. Man, when we was watching Derrick Rose play, the Bulls was having an average score of 85 points.
D Rose.
Like, if we saw 100 points, that was just like when you play the Kings or the Pelicans or something. If you saw 120,
game was different.
That was and this just a few years ago. We talking about 10 years, not even 10 years. When we was in our early 7-8 man, it wasn't like that. You would see guys 85-point games, 100 at the most. If you saw 120, that means somebody must have been off a back-to-back and they just didn't care. But you wasn't finna see 2 top teams going 120 to 130. You wasn't gonna see it.
These days, every night.
Every night. Even in the playoffs still be getting up into the ones. You know, yeah. So this junk is different, man.
Especially in the playoffs.
It's different, man. And and it's not that it ain't, when we don't use the word on this channel, you hating. We ain't gonna talk all that you hating, because it's people's opinion. So if you want to fight their opinion, then you fight it with some knowledge. Just that you hating stuff, we ain't gonna do that, man. That's lame. Anybody can say that about anything. But the guys now are not fighting the same way, and in the playoffs, some of them do better. But man, you got teams now not even practicing. Miami, they practice. Miami, they play hard. They make coaching decisions. They sat Hero on the bench because he was trying to be a superstar. Trying to be a celebrity.
Celebrity star.
Yeah, celebrity is whatever.
Rock star, whatever.
Yeah, they sat him on the bench. Now look at him. When they sat his butt on the bench, now he come back six man of the year. Like, it's common principles. When somebody acting up, you sit their butt down.
Man, a lot of it might come from social media. Just how much access the players and the fans got to see what's going on and have a word and have a say in it. A coach can't do nothing these days without him being, so ridiculed. Mm-hmm. Man, a coach be second guessing himself.
Now that's what we're gonna cut this one here, but we wanted y'all to get an idea. Next, we're gonna talk about coaching, because that's something we need to cover, because that's a big issue in my opinion. But that deserves its own video. We be back. What's your thing you say at the end of the video, Kurt?
Gotta do one, man. I don't know.